looking at these paintings, I just say to myself, what lovely afternoons I spent finishing this work. And actually, it's well worth every second I spent, whether I sell them or not, because there's something that are inspiring and something that is indicative of the beauty of this area and the consistent beauty that lasts forever because this place is so lovely. And it's worthwhile that we appreciate it while we're here, because it's actually nature's gift to us. And now that I've enjoyed nature's gift, I can have this gift forever and for a lifetime. So it's God's lifetime gift to me, and I'm grateful for it, and thank you for taking pictures of it so that I will have it and save it forever. And thank you very much.
As long as I know Jim, he's been painting. And I know him 35 years now, and we met in middle age, and he was painting since he was a child. He painted in the army. He painted the Sacré-Cœur while he was in Paris in 1943. And he's always loved painting, and he became a great watercolorist because it's, in a way, his work is like oil paints. He really puts a lot of effort into making that watercolor work for him, which is very difficult. And they're amazing in that they'll last just as long as an oil. And it takes far more work to do a watercolor than it does to do an oil, because with an oil painting, as an artist I know, I could just go over an oil painting and paint it out in 1 minute. But with watercolor, you can destroy the whole painting if it isn't done properly. And Jim is an expert at it. It's well worth having everyone come over and recognize the great painter that he really is. Tom came into our life one day. They met each other, Jim and Tom met, and the coincidence was that his father, Tom's father, and Jim were in the same war together and in the same unit. What was the name? The
same division. The same division.
He was in the 78th Division.
Yeah. He was in exactly the same division.
Wow,
as you were.
78th Division,
Yeah.
oh my God.
78th Division.
World War II vet.
And what's wonderful about Tom is his father passed away and Jim became his second father.
That's right. I've been helping him out, bringing him to drawing sessions.
He takes him everywhere, and it's like we have a second son in Tom. So it's been wonderful. It's by coincidence here in the toy, they met. And they're both artists, so it's really great.
And in the same building.
And in the same building.
Both do brilliant work.
But Tom's work is unbelievable as well. And really, his nudes are phenomenal. And also your modern paintings are fantastic.
And they're far more professional than mine.
Yeah, I met Jim when I moved in here, and it turned out, we got getting to talking, it turned out that he was in my dad's same division, so he became kind of a surrogate dad for me.
How about that?
Something I could do that I was not able to do for my dad. Where, you know, he grew up in the Depression and then in the war, and for him, security was really, really important. You know, having gone through the worst of it, and so he felt like pursuing an art career would just be something frivolous.
Well, that's what Jim felt also.
My family felt the same, yeah.
So he's painted his whole life. Because his work, he had a lot of free time. He would visit these television stations, and then he'd have hours of time by himself, and he would paint.
My father had done that more. My father, the closest he ever got to doing any artwork was, he would occasionally do a pencil sketch of some woman in a magazine, but that was about as close as he ever got. And it's really too bad, because he had talent. He had a great hand.
Well, obviously, if you have the talent.
In that era, that's why I never became a professional artist either, because in that era, it was hard to choose an occupation where you were just drawing pictures. And in those days, it was not considered a way to make a buck.
His family, they were all artists, and in Budapest, there's a whole building. His family did stained glass windows for the churches.
Okay.
I've been a friend and a fan of both Ruth and Jim's for many years, and I have shown both Ruth and Jim's work in multiple locations. few different shows. And I always feel like it's my honor to help them and to represent them because they're both incredible artists. I'm crazy about watercolors, and I've never seen anyone do watercolor like JimStern. So I'm always so happy to be able to help them and do my best to try and sell some of the work.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep at it. And in fact, I have a show coming up in September that called Ode to the 6th Street Bridge.
Oh, my
and
God.
there'll be 4 of your pieces in.
I got a couple
And I
of
think
them.
3 of your pieces.
Okay.
Or 2 or 3 of yours. And
I got a couple of them,
a
yeah.
few, yes.
Okay.
So, and the 2 of you gentlemen were the inspiration for me to do this show because I thought, wow, both of these men, who are 2 of my favorite artists in Los Angeles, have painted this bridge. So I'm going to do a show around it.
And the bridge is being torn
Oh,
down
my
and
God.
rebuilt.
I know, I hate that.
Oh, my God.
So anyway,
Boy,
and it's going to be a beautiful show at Art Show in LA in September.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
Well, now I've got 30 artists.
Wow.
So, but these 2 right here are the stars of the show, as far as I'm concerned.
So we're here celebrating JimStern,
my,
fabulous artist,
yeah.
and we're in the gallery here for the art sale on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, 2015. Enjoying your lovely work. It's just fabulous. And I'm so honored to know Jim and Ruthie and to be in the presence of a true artist.
I met Jim and Ruth in the early 90s in the woods. We were painting with the teacher Don Blaisdell, and we met in class, and every week we'd go out and paint in the Santa Monica Mountains in one of the canyons or at the beach, and Jim was always there painting, and he'd always stay later than the class. He was always staying an hour or 2 hours beyond what everybody else was picking up their stuff and going home. And he was determined to finish his painting on site. Then we continued to know each other through Allied Artists paintouts and shows. You showed for years with Allied Artists in different locations. And anyway, it's great. It's been great knowing you. And you beautiful work on do work of Sunset Boulevard. I take on Jim. He's doing great. Still painting.
Still at it.
Really?
Carol Durham, yes, she's the finest watercolorist I've ever known, one of the finest. She does very
This is
beautiful
about you,
work.
Jim, not me.
All right, Jim